the conversation around this issue of women's leadership has been focused very negatively on the challenges and the restraints that women face. And what we want to do in this program is to really change the conversation and make it much more positive and to really empower the next generation of women leaders.
We have seen in research that you cannot build success on weaknesses, which doesn't mean we are ignoring weaknesses in the program, but we are really trying to encourage the women to be confident in the strengths and capabilities they have as leaders.
They bring some practical examples of how to exercise that leadership within an organisation. So I think theory and practice blend very nicely together in this scheme.
So there are strengths everywhere. It's just different type of a strength, you know.
We are going to use the strength-based approach, focusing on resilience, focusing on ways to increase self-efficacy, negotiation strategies, communication and networking strategies, all the things that are really important and crucial for career success.
It's important to be who you are rather than trying to conform to what other people do, because it's going to drain the energy out of you.
I'm looking to understand what my base style of leadership is. There are so many different approaches to leadership, and then because this was built on a survey and leadership, negotiation, and different aspects, so I'm really looking forward to understanding what are my strengths, how can I play with it.
The program is aimed at mid to senior women leaders who have been in leadership positions for a couple of years and who are at the cusp to rising to a higher level management position.
For me, female leadership training is so important because at this stage of my career, I have seen and experienced firsthand just how women can inadvertently and often unknowingly damage their career potential. So my attendance on this program was about my own personal and professional growth in recognition of that, but also born out of my desire to want to then pass the baton on to the next generation of up-and-coming women leaders.
Because you can also take this strengths further, you can apply it in different contexts, you can start teaching others.
I'm from Bangladesh and I train young leaders who are adolescent. Bangladesh is a developing country, so we have a long way to go, and we have 20 million young adolescent girls and 20 million young adolescent boys, which is 23% of the total population. So now it's time to let them know about leadership and work for the nation. So that's why this Cambridge Rising Women Leadership is very important for me, for us, for my organization to go back home and make it a success.
So for me, Cambridge is a centre of excellence in terms of executive education. It's also a kind of global hub, so leaders from across the world coming together. An opportunity for me to network and connect with those leaders of the future. An opportunity for me to learn from the best.
The program aims to be a mix of the latest research but also practical experiences, exchange between participants to apply into their day-to-day lives. And for that, we've also invited senior leaders from organizations to come and share their perspectives in a panel conversation.
Women need to see other women in leadership roles, and they need role models, and they need to know that it's possible for them. So no matter how much we talk about our desire to have women in leadership, if we don't see any women in leadership in organizations, I think it's very hard for women to see themselves.
The participants actually get a chance to really get to hear very personal stories from leaders who have been very successful in their careers. They get a chance to interact and talk to these leaders on a very personal level and really understand what leadership is all about.
The Rising Women Leaders programme is really important to me personally because I've met women who come from different places in this country and actually across the world. The women that I've met are inspirational, and some of them are very practical, but that's what leadership is about. It's a blend of different skills that come together, and these women have fantastic skills and I've learned a lot from them. The job on this, that commitment is there.
So I think this is a very important program. It's unique in that it draws through a combination of practical takeaways through academic evidence and combines those together.
That was the hardest time. I was so determined to make that a success. So I think the Judge Women's Leadership Programme can do a great deal in bringing people together from different walks of life, different industries. So I think providing a forum for exchange of thought is extremely interesting, and carrying on the outreach I think would be great.
I think Cambridge Judge Business School's a leader in the field when it comes to executive education for women. Unless we start to create more joined up collaborative endeavours such as this one, I don't think we're going to make any progress at all.
Thank goodness for the Rising Women's program here at Cambridge, and that we have these touchstones and connections around the world. Great women leaders are going to improve businesses, they're going to improve communities, countries, and certainly our business environment. So keep going.
It's very nice and very reassuring to actually take time out to take that deep dive, more introspective look at yourself, and to actually realise and sometimes see and hear from others just those gifts that you have and how you can apply them.
We invite you to be a part of the Cambridge community and this program. Let us work collectively to help you realise your potential and to become a successful leader.